Hello there, and welcome to NintenDad Weekly News, your source for anything and everything Nintendo. I'm your host Dave, alongside the Pikachu in the wild, Santi. And today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to be predicting, or Santi will be predicting, what he thinks we're going to be talking about or seeing on tomorrow's Pokemon Direct. Let's get started. Nintendo has announced its first Nintendo Direct of 2020, and it will be a Pokemon Direct. The Direct will take place tomorrow, January 9th at 6:30 a.m. Pacific Time and 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Santi, the moment of truth. What do you think we're going to see tomorrow on the Direct?
Alright, judging from past Pokemon Directs, I think we're definitely getting something for Pokemon Sleep.
Okay, yes, that makes sense.
Pokemon Sleep was teased to us, but we're still not quite sure what it is. And I feel that tomorrow's Direct, they're going to finally show us what it is. Right,
they had that investors meeting. Remember that stream that was like Z's? But they had a lot of announcements during that investors meeting / announcements that they made. And one of those things was, you're absolutely right, it was Pokemon Sleep, right? And with that, they had also advertised that they were going to launch that, was it the Pokeball Plus? Is that what it was called, I believe?
Was it? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think we were all laughing at the name of it, just because of how ridiculous it was. But I'm pretty sure that we'll hear more about that as well.
Yeah, definitely. Besides Pokemon Sleep, which we know nothing of yet, I'm wondering what it is. I'm not sure if it's like a sleep counter and you get points for sleeping. Maybe like in the past generations, there's been this thing called I actually don't remember what it's called, but like you could catch like Pokemon in your dreams, or like Pokemon would interact in dreams.
Okay, I mean, I don't know a lot about Pokemon. However, I'm kind of guessing that the better sleeping stats that you get, the more your Pokemon will level up. I'm kind of guessing.
Maybe. I'm assuming how that would work, since I'm not sure how the app could tell when you are sleeping or not.
Okay, well, that would be part of the Direct, where it would probably be the
explanation.
The explanation, however, the less exciting part of the Direct, right? Do you feel like we're going to get some cool announcements?
All right, well, here's one thing that I think will be shown at the Direct today, and it's another Pokemon app. They've been doing a lot of those recently, such as Pokemon Masters, Pokemon Rumble. Pokemon Quest was released quite a while ago, so was Magikarp Jump, and Pokemon Go is still going.
Yeah. Strong, by the way.
Yeah. Maybe another Pokemon app that they're trying to do. I don't know what it could be. Maybe like is there already like a Pokemon Bank app? I feel like that could be a possibility.
Well, that was announced also in that investment that they were going to do. I believe it's called Pokemon Home, where they were going to transfer like the Pokemon that you had from every previous generation in there, and it would probably be like a subscription service, right? Maybe. That holds all of your Pokemon there. So I do feel like all of the things that they spoke about during that investors meeting is something that they're probably going to touch upon in the Nintendo Direct, specifically all of those, like the Pokemon Sleep, the new app that you're talking about, or possible new app. But do you feel, because it's a 20-minute Direct, right? It's pretty long Direct
for a Pokemon one.
For a Pokemon, yeah, exclusive Pokemon one, yes, absolutely. Do you feel that we'll get anything for the Switch?
I was gonna talk about that after the app, but
go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say that app could be just like another game, like Pokemon Masters or Rumble, but I'm not sure what, since maybe like Picross, because they had Pokemon Picross and another like little cool app.
How about an update to Pokemon Go? It's been doing so good. And
does it already have?
It doesn't feel like it's slowing down. And I believe the last big update that we got was the inclusion of Team Rocket in the Pokestops, right? And all of the improvements that they made to the raids and all of that. Do you feel that it's time to get another big upgrade to Pokemon Go?
I was thinking about that, and I was gonna ask, do you know if Unova Pokemon are already there? Because you play Pokemon Go more than I do.
You know what? I do kind of.
Is it like a fifth generation?
I have been really playing it lately a little bit more.
You play it more than I do.
But I cannot recall, so I guess we'll just have to find out right now and see what we got. No, but look.
Oh, that's right.
There you go.
There's Unova. You haven't caught anything for Unova. They could include Kalos Pokemon now.
Okay.
That could be an update. Maybe something else along.
What about a Alolan Pokemon?
That comes after Kalos.
Okay.
So like either they do both at the same time, which would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Or then maybe they're just taking it slow update after update.
Okay.
Now to touch up on the Switch.
All right.
Now, two things, or essentially three. One, which I'm really hoping on, is they update Pokemon Sword and Shield. Because
you mean we get like downloadable content for it?
Maybe they add more Pokemon to the Pokedex, because there has been like some Pokemon that haven't been revealed that like are in the game, such as Zekrom and Reshiram, I believe.
Okay.
I was told so, and some Gigantamax forms that haven't been released yet.
Okay.
There's like one called Toxtricity that needs that hasn't been released.
A lot of people on YouTube have been, of course, speculating, right, what we're going to see, and some people have been trying to get like their wish list of what they would like to see come to the Pokemon Sword and Shield, if it is a form of an update or a DLC pack. And I haven't played Sword and Shield, but they were talking about there are no legendary in the game. Do you feel that might be something that they add to the game?
I feel like
you do.
It could be a possibility. Maybe just in general, like maybe they add another 100 Pokemon, and then they like do like a monthly or every 2 months they add another 100.
Oh,
until it adds up
because
to all
that has
Pokemon.
been a complaint, right? Like a lot of people have been complaining.
I mean, I didn't complain about it, but like yeah,
I'm pretty sure. But a lot of people were like, that was the controversy of the game, right? When they announced that not every Pokemon was going to be available in the game, and that they were going to cut it probably like by half of the Pokemon that exist.
I mean, it's more than Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee has.
Okay, yeah, but that's just the remake of the first one, right? Which was 151, the original 151. So, I mean, I kind of am on the fence of either way. It doesn't really matter. I guess just having 400 plus Pokemon just makes it more accessible to someone that is just starting, right? Than to have a number of 800 or 900 Pokemon that you go like, okay, wow, that's gonna take a while.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah, you could be right. They could be adding it gradually, and that way they appease the fans, the hardcore fans that were really upset of not having all their Pokemon, especially if they're going to release or announce something with the Pokemon Home situation, right? Where you keep all of your Pokemon. Maybe they want to integrate that to Sword and Shield. Now, question before you get to your next point is, I know that the Pokemon Company are usually, what they do is they release 2 original games and then they add something afterwards, right? So for example, I guess the most recent example of that would be Pokemon Sun and Moon, and then they released shortly thereafter Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Do you feel that we could see that in this direct? So, I mean, when did the Sword and Shield come out?
2 months ago.
Yeah, that would be crazy, right?
Yeah, it would. I feel like that it's way too early.
Okay. Yeah, I was thinking like it might be, it might happen. I don't think this soon is correct, right?
I think Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon happened because like maybe they already knew about the Switch coming, so and how they release like a Pokemon game yearly. So like instead of like keep working on another Pokemon game, they just added the sequel or like the better version.
Got it. Okay.
So my next prediction, which I think is very unlikely, is a remake of either Diamond and Pearl which is the generation that comes after Hoenn, which has already been remaked, Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby, or they keep going with Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, and then turn it into Johto.
So let's go with your first prediction.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you would like to see, or is that what you think they will do?
I would like to see a remake, but I really don't think that they'd do that.
Then you don't think that they would skip some generations? That it's more likely?
No. I think they would do it, just not this early.
Got it. Okay, so do you think then it's more likely that if we get an announcement of a new game and of a remake, it would be the Johto, the second generation?
I'm not sure about that actually, but I think Diamond Pearl is more likely than Gold and Silver remake. Okay. I mean, it could go either way. The way I see it, my perspective is that they could on the Switch like renew and like have like they already did Gen 1 Kanto and then a new Pokemon game, and then keep going with Gen 2 Johto and then have a new Pokemon game, and then maybe another Gen 3 remake. Who knows?
That makes more sense, right?
It's a possibility,
because I feel what they want to do, since they're bringing Pokemon to a home console for the first time, right? Mm-hmm. Is they're going to want to capitalize on getting all of those previous games to the new Nintendo Switch fans.
Yeah.
Because I mean, we know that it's been doing very, very well, and that Nintendo has been grabbing more and more fans that might not be Pokemon fans or might not be so deep into the lore of Pokemon, right? And I think that the way that they, just how you explained it, where they re-release those original games in chronological order as they were released before, I think that makes a lot of sense.
It could happen, or they could release Diamond Pearl, which is next up in line for remakes, which is what I think the majority of Pokemon fans are hoping for. Because I hear that generation is like pretty good, but I've never played it myself. I played the 5th generation. That was my first Pokemon game.
Got it. Just to me as an outsider and to a person that is a little bit, on the fence of getting into Pokemon or not, I feel like I would be less intimidated if it would go in chronological order than if they skip.
It's not really skip it. Like, they are going in order right now. Because they
No, I understand that. I'm talking about releases on the Switch. Right? If they released Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, which was a remake of Red and Blue, I would feel that if I'm going to go into that ecosystem, which is the Switch, that it would make more sense to just re-release the Johto now. That way I can keep track, because I haven't been exposed to any DS or 3DS or Game Boy games
haven't played a Pokemon
at
game
all.
ever.
Yeah, so it would be more likely that if I am going to go, I would like to enter it in that perspective. I think it would be easier.
It could be, but then again, Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee was not just a remake, but it was purely for beginners.
Right.
It could have been just like, since you didn't have a DS and you only do home consoles, here's one on the home console. Right. And since this might be your first one, here you go. Yeah,
and then it also implemented a lot of the mechanics of Pokemon Go, right? Yeah.
I like the Pokemon in the overworld, which they use in Pokemon Sword and Shield, but not as much. But it was still cool.
It was a nice entry, I think.
I like that. I enjoyed that game. Yeah. I think you'll enjoy it too.
I'll give it a try. I just think because people have been saying it's very accessible, right? And I think that it's probably a great point of entry for anybody that might be intimidated by knowing that there's 8 generations of Pokemon. That would just be crazy. So going back to the Direct then. Anything that you would like to say, this is, even though it might be like not likely to happen, what would be your biggest thing that you wish that they show?
I suppose just the remakes. I'd like a Pokemon game announced, but then again, it's really early. Maybe they'll, here's an idea that popped in recently to my head just now. Maybe they add on to, do you remember them talking about Pokemon shirts?
No, I don't recall.
You don't?
Think, no.
Well, they had like a bunch of like shirts, dress
Oh,
shirts.
yes. You're right. Yes, the dress shirt.
They had 151 designs based on 151 Pokemon individually. Maybe they'll add like the Johto region and have like a new set of designs.
Yeah, that would be cool if they weren't so expensive. Jeez. But they were pretty cool looking.
There's a few I liked.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, we don't have to wait long to actually find out what the Pokemon Direct is going to be. Hopefully, again, it's a long Direct. It's going to be 20 minutes long. Hopefully, there's a little bit of something for everybody, right? So that everybody is happy, whether you're a mobile device player, whether you're just waiting for upgrades to your current games, or whether you're just waiting for a new game altogether. That would be awesome that they give you a little something for everybody. Yes, go ahead.
I just really don't want to be underwhelmed by this Direct, because maybe what they'll do is what they did on the DS and re-release the old versions on the Switch.
Okay. You mean like a virtual console type of?
Maybe.
Okay.
I mean, they haven't been doing that with their own games, but like it could be a possibility.
Okay. I mean, again, anything is possible, and hopefully, like you said, it's just a little something for everybody, and that it's not underwhelming, right? Where they're just talking about Pokemon Sleep for 20 minutes.
I'd go to sleep, especially since it's the morning.
Now, before we go, do you feel that any more Pokemon get added to Smash?
I would like that. I would very much like that.
Yeah?
Yes, I would.
Who would be your...
I don't know. I'm not really sure about fighting Pokemon in Pokemon Sword and Shield, but if I had to say one, I'd say Toxtricity.
Okay.
Any
special reasons why?
It just looks like a cool character. I'd say likely it looks like it would be in Smash. Besides Cinderace,
it's a good.
But there's
good fit.
maybe Cinderace. But that's like a fire type, and we already have those.
Okay.
And I would like if they had like more variety in their Pokemon like wish list. They also had Incineroar as a fire type.
Do you feel that they'll at least, right? Maybe not a new fighter, but do you feel that at least they'll announce that they have like a special spirits event going on due to the Pokemon Direct?
Oh, that always happens. Like when Pokemon Sword and Shield came out, they had the spirits for like the starters and the legendaries.
Hopefully, we get something for Tetris 99.
We already got that, didn't you?
Yeah, we got the Pokemon Sword and Shield, but I mean, if they're talking about releasing something else, that would be cool to get another theme.
Anything to get you to play Tetris 99.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, again, we don't have to wait long. Tomorrow is a big day. 6:30 a.m. Pacific time, 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. Hopefully we get a good one and some great announcements, and after that we'll all be very, very exciting. So with anything else that you want to add?
Not really, no.
All right, cool. Well then, until next time, sign off.